Ladies and gents, welcome back to Planet Tyro. I'm your host, Donald Wonder. I don't know if you guys have heard, as I'm recording this video, there's a movie coming out called The Martian, starring Matt Damon. I saw the trailer a couple of weeks ago and I thought to myself, this looks like an interesting movie. And then when I saw a best-selling book was adapted from, I thought, this was adapted from a book, let me check out the book. So this is another one of those discussions where I'm going to talk about the book, and then later I'm probably going to review the movie. It's interesting, so stay tuned.
Tyro Media.
Talking about Andy Weir's The Martian. Andy Weir's The Martian is a science fiction survival story about a man, well, it's about a group of astronauts that go to Mars. There's an incident early in the book and the main character, who's going to be played by Matt Damon in the movie, is stranded on Mars, a lone astronaut left on Mars. The crew didn't know that he survived the little incident, and basically, you know, he's stuck on Mars, there's no way to get out, and it's a survival story. Now the book, it's an interesting premise alone. I thought I can definitely read the book of this. And before I get into more of the plot, I just want to say, I love hearing authors that are self-published. And this guy, the book was written in 2011, Andy Weir wrote it, and he put it on Amazon, and he did it chapter by chapter, and it just slowly rose to fame. 2011, first it was a self-written book, it was an Amazon published book, then it got a wide distribution, audiobook rights and everything, and now it's a movie. And there's a reason for that, because this is an interesting survival science fiction book. And if you notice, we're in the science fiction phase, especially space, with Gravity and Extant and all these space movies, and this is a space survival story like Gravity, but this is slightly different. And the book is very, you know what, the book is very procedural, and what I mean by that is surviving on the planet with little means. Like, there's very little equipment on Mars from previous transports and stuff like that. So he has to explain how he balances the O2, making hydrogen. There's so many technical things he's doing that is very interesting. And the writer, Andy Weir, he actually, I think he's a scientist or a computer scientist, and he wanted to make this as factual, as scientifically accurate as possible. And you could tell, because the attention to detail in this book can be a little bit overwhelming. And I would say, unless you're Walter White and you're really into chemistry, or you're like me and you like tech and stuff, you might be thrown by the level of detail, which I commend. I'm not going to criticize it, but there was times, even me being the techno nerdy guy, scientist guy that likes these kind of things, even I got thrown. But to the author's credit, he wrote in some witty dialogue, very funny, a lot of curse words, it just felt really raw. Even though this guy's a scientist, even though he's a nerd, there's so many things he says that are so grounded, that are so whimsical. The main character is very comical anyway, so he makes light of a situation, even though he's practically gonna die if he doesn't figure out how to A, survive, or B, escape. And 70% of the book is told from his perspective, the main character. 30% is told on Earth and how they think they might be able to help him survive, maybe rescue him. On a whole, I enjoyed the book. I thought it was very enjoyable, but I will say, after watching the trailer, this is going to make a much better movie, because we're going to get to see visually Mars, see what this character goes through. And the trailer sold me on reading the book, and the book was a bestseller. All in all, I would say I would give it a low solid B. Some of the technicalities threw me, but the story was engaging. I wonder, is this going to be is it going to be like a one-off? Is this going to be the movie that you're going to just watch one-off and forget about it? Because we've seen movies like this, like Castaway or the Will Smith movie. We've seen these lone survival movies, and this one is in space, so it's different, and I enjoyed it. But I wonder if it's going to be memorable, because the book, even though I finished the book, I thought that was a good read, but you know, it wasn't that memorable. But as a movie, I think it might actually take the story up to the next level, to be honest, because the visuals I saw look good, the all-star cast looks good, so I know I'm kind of doing like a a double review. So I'm going to have to review the movie now since I'm talking about the book so much. But yeah, I can see why this was a bestseller. Andy Weir really did a good attention to detail, scientific, thriller, survival book, which is an interesting, something slightly different. And I found it enjoyable. And by the way, I should mention, I listened to the audiobook. You guys know I listen to audiobooks. The audiobook narration was fantastic, by the way. The guy brought the author's words to life, brought the charisma to life. It was very enjoyable, and that's pretty much it. No, so I'm gonna check out the movie, so watch this space. And I just wanted to do this because it's the most recent book I read and it was enjoyable. So let's see how the movie goes and watch this space while I review the movie. But until then, guys, I want to say thanks for watching. If you got a comment or if you've read the book, or just leave your comments down below. And you can hit the notifications on the screen on the right here. We do other reviews for other books, other movies, other animations, other discussions. You guys know the deal. If this is your first time playing Tyro, I do want to say welcome though. Welcome to the channel. And until the next video, I hope you subscribe and take care. So with that said, peace out.